Hey guys, welcome back to Hungry Geeks. I'm Isa the Gizman, and today we're going to go a little bit back from the past decade. From 2010 to 2019, we've seen so much progression from technology, but of course, not all of them were actually implemented. I'm talking about here products weren't actually released. One particular company that we've been following since the beginning is actually ASUS. So today, I'm going to show you 8 products that ASUS actually both released and unreleased, and what should we look forward to. So join me now as we go and take a step back in memory lane in checking out all of these products. Let's go! Okay, so first off, and this is actually one of the products I've been using since early of the decades, is actually the PadFone series. I personally owned before the PadFone 1 and the PadFone 2, 4.3-inch smartphone that you will actually put in at the back of a tablet in order to work. So the phone itself is actually an Android tablet. Once you dock it from the dock of the tablet station, it will become a full-fledged 10.1-inch tablet. Back then, in the early decades of 2010, it was actually popular to own a 10.1-inch tablet, hence the size of the tablet itself and why the phone is portable at 4-inch to 4.3 inches. Now, before, when data wasn't really that popular during back then, we didn't have a lot of mobile flexibility in terms of the data. Like for example, it was really meant for countries such as with postpaid plans. So if you have a postpaid plan with your phone, you don't have to buy a separate postpaid plan for your tablet, because if you own a PadFone, you just put the phone inside the tablet and the data is connected already on the tablet itself. Additionally, it extends also the battery life of the overall tablet, of the phone itself, charging it, giving you more juice for overall the whole day. It's also nice to see that once you're watching a video on the phone, you just dock it on the tablet, it will automatically transition in overall all of the UI and making it more seamless in the experience as well. But of course, with good things also comes with an end. During the 2014, their last release was around the PadFone Infinity. Unfortunately, that was also the rise of increasing smartphone sizes in terms of overall performance and overall screen size, and people doesn't want to really juggle in too much items such as a tablet. That was also the year where tablets were slightly declining already in sales because no one really wanted a tablet anymore and just preferred a bigger size screen. Hence, ASUS stopped the development of that particular product because the clamor towards the product isn't strong enough anymore. Alright, moving on is really amusing for me. It was released 2013. It was the ASUS Transformer Book AIO, or All-in-One, an 18.4-inch tablet. Imagine an 18.4-inch tablet, but which you dock into a base station in order to make the display the whole preference display for the AIO. So you have an Android tablet paired with the Windows docking station, so the tablet can also be the visual for the Windows and vice versa. So the docking station can also control the Android tablet, which gives it a more flexible usage scenario of being to use 2-in-1 worlds of having an Android and also the Windows world. Additionally, there's also the option to control the Windows docking station with the Android tablet using a remote control server. But of course, during that time, it was a little bit early of its time and people wasn't able to carry on the concept. Thus, it only made out in only one series. From ASUS actually was released 2014, and it was one of the most amusing products I've seen in the overall lineup. Actually, it quite impressed me. It was the ASUS Transformer Book Trio. Trio meaning 3 devices in one. So it's actually a tablet, a Windows PC, and of course, an Android PC. Imagine this, the tablet is an Android tablet, whereas the PC docking station is actually a full-fledged Intel Core i5 or Core i7 PC. And once you dock it together, you can use the keyboard to control either the Android OS or the Windows OS. What's good about this is that it was able to run both devices both at the same time. So you can either switch from an Android tablet or Windows PC with just off a flick of a button, and you will be able to switch from either two. Same along with other devices, you can share the storage and see each other, transfer files, and that was the magic that the ASUS Transformer Book Trio was able to provide. Unfortunately, there are some downsides on this one, such as the configuration. The one we had in the Philippines for around 39,000 pesos or 35,000 pesos was a Core i5 variant with 4GB of RAM, either a 500GB or 1TB hard disk storage. So hard disk storage on the PC, it's a big no-no. And of course, handling an Android tablet, it might sound fun, but back then the interface of Android tablet wasn't just really strong enough to make it more of a workstation. Okay, moving on the Power Series 2016, ASUS released a gaming laptop that surprised everyone. With the rise of the performance of gaming laptops and also the enthusiasm of modification and other tweakings, they actually released the ASUS ROG GX700. This is a laptop with its world's first own water cooling system. Yes, you heard it right. It's a water-cooled system on a laptop. The base station for the water-cooled laptop, all you have to do is just dock the mechanism of the laptop. It's there. So you just have to put the laptop like that, and then the docking mechanism of the GX700 will complement the overall device and have its own water cooling station, enabling better graphics, better CPU performance with its desktop class hardware specifications. Now, this wasn't just the tip of the iceberg. What made us really like wow is that they really thought of everything. It was really heavy at around 3.5 kilograms for the laptop itself, the docking station and everything. It had its own carrying luggage. So the ROG carrying luggage was actually really quite amusing, more of a collector's item, I should say. And of course, a lot of people were amused to it. Here in the Philippines, I think before we released around 20 units, but it was followed after with the GX800, the much better specifications and of course improvement in the water cooling system and overall display and other aspects. But still, kudos to ASUS, they were the only one who were able to implement these kinds of items. Now moving forward, let's talk about two products that ASUS didn't actually release but teased to the media back then during the CES and of course Computex. First is actually January 2014, one product that actually amused me but unfortunately it wasn't able to come out in the market due to a lot of problems, was the ASUS Transformer Book Duo. Duet means in just one processor of an Intel Core i5 or Core i7, it was actually running both Windows and Android. Now this was the dream machine before for a lot of people because having an Android tablet user interface and a Windows user interface in just one device is just really nice. And the dream of using an Intel Core i7 processor on an Android makes it more powerful, but hence the industry didn't agree. There was a lot of speculations that actually they stopped due to the ban of certification of booting up both Android and Windows in just one device. So ASUS stopped the development, or they won't be able to release the product at all because the ban on the certification of the product wouldn't be allowed at all. There were also rumors before back then about Windows 8 and Windows 8 Phone will become more harmonious with just one OS, but it didn't come alive because Windows Phone series or Windows Phone OS is technically dead now. Unfortunately, this concept didn't came through once again because Intel also had to stop their ARM production of processors. The development of using an Intel processor for Android OS was stopped as well. So dreams of having a Windows and also Android PC all in one was just simply now just a imagination for us. Okay, next product is actually one of the wow products that ASUS was able to show to the media and to the world. Unfortunately, it was just simply too much and ahead of its time. I'm talking about here the ASUS Transformer Book V or 5. So V stands for 5 in Roman numerals. The Transformer Book 5 is actually a 5-in-1 product. The ASUS Transformer Book 5 is actually a 5-in-1 product where it's a step notch higher from the rest of the concept. Think of it as a PadFone and also the Transformer Book Trio combined, and you actually have a 5-in-1 product. First, it's a Windows laptop with the dedicated tablet and also docking station combined. You have a Windows tablet as the processor is on the tablet itself, but at the back of the tablet itself is an opening case similar to a PadFone, whereas the Android tablet can also be seen. You can actually activate the Android tablet by using the phone. You actually use the phone from the Transformer Book 5. Once you dock it in, it will become an Android tablet. And of course, once you have the phone on the tablet, you can just put it on the docking station. It will become an Android laptop. So to summarize, it can be in 5 modes: a Windows laptop, a Windows tablet, its own Android phone, an Android tablet, and an Android laptop. 5 modes that the ASUS Transformer Book 5 was able to showcase, and this was during June 2014 at Computex 2014. Now, the product was really marvelous in terms of its time. It's more of a novelty in terms of my opinion. Having a pre-selection of, like for example, the PC doesn't have dedicated graphics, you're out of the game. The PC itself doesn't have bigger storage or bigger RAM, you're out of the game. There were a lot of limitations, but the flexibility is actually really nice. One is that, yes, this was also the same time as Intel stopped producing ARM chips for their phones, so the concept of adaptation for Android was stopped already. People were actually having more preference in bigger sizes of their phones. 5 inches to 5.5 inches back then were actually the name of the game, so that's why people were actually saying, I'll just use a bigger phone instead of having too many devices. And then it was very novel of its time, way ahead of its time, to be honest. I think back then ASUS was just introducing mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4, mode 5, and then there isn't really a solid usage scenario for each and every one where people can actually benefit from it. Those are the 2 products that ASUS actually wasn't able to release in the past decades that we think that could have potential, but it was either ahead of its time, or simply the industry didn't allow it. Now, moving forward, we also have some products that actually made it into the scene last year, 2019. It's actually the ASUS Mothership. It's a gaming class for both PC display, from the CPU, from the GPU. It has everything for gaming on the tablet form factor. All you have to do is just dock the keyboard at the front and it will become a gaming class PC. And the nice part about this one, it actually solves a lot of problem about being a tablet slash gaming PC, about the thermal dynamics, having better thermal solutions as compared to the traditional form factors such as a laptop or even a desktop. And of course, 2019 was also the year where the laptops had its new form factor or new display. I'm using it right now. This is the ASUS Zenbook Duo, where it has the screenpad technology. So I was able to use this one in browsing a lot of products, scrolling through unlimited possibilities because of its dual screen, and of course the magic of having another display at the bottom of the screen increases a lot of productivity for me as I juggle through multiple applications. I juggle through a lot of files, and having 2 displays, one is touchscreen, one is not, is actually an advantage for me. Now, the concept might not be for everyone right now, but if you're more into the creative side and also the YouTuber side like as me, I create videos, I edit videos, I create content, this is actually a laptop for me because it adds and complements to my needs right now. Now, we welcome this concept in the future as well to more ASUS or to more laptops in the future. Now, this doesn't stop there. They actually started in the screenpad technology, where it's a small touchpad, where it's an extension display for you to control the touchpad itself. And then screenpad 2 came this one, ScreenPad Plus. So they keep on improving it, and they also announced the future of their laptops with it, which is just a plain screen for both front on the screen and also the keyboard itself. So that was the project Precog, where they are utilizing AI or artificial intelligence to predict the keyboard layout, what kind of usage scenario you will do according to the laptop's orientation, placement, and also mode. Now all of those things are now in development right now by manufacturers, not only by ASUS, but we look forward in the future in seeing this in collaboration with OS manufacturers such as Windows, in making our lives easier and looking forward for the improvement of our lifestyles in the near future. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for checking out 8 products from ASUS that were released, unreleased, and we're looking forward to. If you have any questions for me, just comment down below on what kind of topics I should check out in the near future. And hopefully this video made you realize more about the past decades, kind of contributed something for you to check out even more in the near future. So thank you so much guys, I'm Isa Nagisman. Make sure you subscribe and hit the